College. We are having this program to mark the World Kidney Day celebrations of 2023. The World Kidney Day, as you all know, is celebrated on the second Thursday of March. So just before that, we are just having a program mainly to share our thoughts on the themes of this year's World Kidney Day. Actually, we were wondering what to do for the World Kidney Day. And I should thank Dr. Ranjani for bringing out a very novel idea of doing some mimes. Because through mime, we can express everything in a very short duration of time. And it will be quite impressive also. So therefore, we all got together with Mr. Uday Kumar of Proscenium Theatres to do mime on nine messages. The theme of prepare for the unexpected and protect the vulnerable being the theme for this year's World Kidney Day. We just had 9 messages to be delivered through the mime march. And this will be followed by awareness program for non-medical students at Savita Medical College. I should thank all the doctors, Dr. Anita Jagannath, Dr. Ranjani Muttu, Dr. Sandhya Suresh, Dr. Sajmi Shaji, who all enacted mime with me, and also the 4 technicians, Ms. Srimati and Kalaivani from Triple M Hospital, and Ms. Sanika and Samyukta from Vilika Hospital, who have participated in this mime. Our thanks are due to Mr. Uday Prakash of the Proscenium Theatre, who have done everything about it. They just trained us and we were able to do it. Now, we will go over to the mime art. I request Siddharth to post the video now.
This is for the first scenario of home hemodialysis. There may be several innovations coming up in the field of renal replacement therapy, but our pursuit of optimizing dialysis delivery continues. One modality of hemodialysis which has demonstrated clinical benefit is the frequent home hemodialysis, with better control of hypertension, better cardiac function, better quality of life as well. However, home hemodialysis remains an underutilized therapy, especially in the Indian scenario. With focus shifting to home-based therapies after the COVID pandemic and more patients favoring autonomy and self-care over hospital-based therapies, home hemodialysis is emerging as an important tool among the armamentarium of kidney replacement therapy. Stanley Sheldon, one of the pioneers of home hemodialysis, stated that the dream was to make dialysis like the insulin for diabetics. The nephrology community, patients, and policymakers need to come together to make this dream a reality for a larger proportion of the dialysis population.
women of childbearing age are a vulnerable group of patients if they have chronic kidney disease because pregnancy is a high risk for them. A girl who has got a chronic kidney disease has been advised by the doctors not to conceive, but she accidentally conceives and she wants to become a mother. She doesn't want to terminate the pregnancy. Thinking about this, they take their own time, and when they go to the doctor, it is time beyond termination of pregnancy. And therefore, the doctors, the obstetricians and the nephrologists, even though they are a little upset about what has happened, they join hands together to take care of this girl, do adequate dialysis whenever it's necessary, have frequent monitoring, and finally, they deliver a healthy baby and preserve the health of the girl as well. The message is that it is very highly risky to become pregnant if a woman has got chronic kidney disease, and they must always go by the medical advice given to them.
serious effects on the provision of hemodialysis services by affecting transportation services and missing dialysis sessions and causing post-traumatic stress disorder to the patients. So it is very important for the dialysis unit
மாவட்டங்களில் கனமழை விட்டுவிட்டு பெய்து வருகிறது. தமிழ்நாட்டில் வடகிழக்கு பருவமழை தொடங்கியுள்ள நிலையில் நேற்று மாலை முதல் சென்னையில் தொடர் மழை பெய்து வருகிறது.
The ESI hospital in KK Nagar, all facilities, however, are operational with whatever manpower there is, despite these scenes that were seen earlier today. The hospital wards, including the COVID-19 wards, are carrying on as normal. How they can do so under these circumstances? That's what the hospital authorities are insisting.
மேலும் கோயம்பேடு, அசோக் நகர், கோடம் மேலும் கோயம்பேடு, அசோக் நகர், கோடம் உள்ளிட்ட பகுதிகளில் இரவு முழுவதும் மழை பெய்தது. தேனாம்பேட்டை, தியாகராய நகர்
Earthquakes are common among the Asian Pacific lands. Patients with chronic kidney disease form a vulnerable group during an earthquake. Not only that the dialysis services get affected due to transportation difficulties, lack of water supply and electricity during earthquake, but also it can directly cause renal damage by causing rhabdomyolysis related AKI. So here we have made a mind on how a prompt medical service can save the life of a patient affected by earthquake.
Any person who's got chronic kidney disease and is on dialysis, they are always registered in what we call a deceased donor transplant registry, where people coming forward, the brain dead donors, relatives coming forward to donate the organ of the brain dead person, they can be utilized for these people who are in the waiting list. In this context, the father who is a chronic kidney disease patient on dialysis is on the top priority list. He's been waiting for so long. He's now top on the list to receive a brain donor kidney. But unfortunately, his son, who actually goes out without helmet, gets into an accident and dies. At this point of time, the doctors who are unable to save the patient because the person has got into a brain damage and brain dead, request the family to donate the kidney But the father who's on the top priority list, fortunately, he becomes the person to receive the kidney. Initially, he doesn't want his son's kidney. He's unable to accept it. But later on consultation, he accepts the kidney and he's able to live with his son's kidney inside him. This is mainly to tell people that there is, after brain death, they can donate the kidney, just to create awareness about it.
Mentally challenged group form important vulnerable group and are victims of exploitation frequently. The unique features like feelings of neglect and oppression by the family members, disparity between physical and mental age, inability to understand the pros and consequences of a situation, inability to give valid consent for donation are depicted through this act. A mentally challenged person cannot donate a kidney if he does not understand the consequences and implication of donation, cannot give valid consent, thus becomes legally unfit even if found medically fit.
for the scenario of COVID. 2020 was the year the world changed. Everything changed everywhere all at once. As it did for every person in the world, COVID posed several challenges for the nephrology community. Severe COVID itself was associated with acute kidney injury. In addition, COVID-related mortality was higher among the transplant and dialysis population. Not only that, the pandemic and their consequent lockdowns led to disruptions in the delivery of life-saving, critical, non-COVID related health services like dialysis. It is important to recognize this vulnerable population of patients with kidney disease during any unexpected scenario, such as a pandemic or any disaster which is likely to disrupt the healthcare delivery. And we need to strengthen the health system to ensure that there are no adverse consequences to this vulnerable population.
Breaking news just coming in. Complete lockdown in Tamilnadu from 10th May to 24th May for 14 days. The government says that this is due to unavoidable circumstances. Restaurants will have only takeaway services. Only essential services are going to work. All others are going to be from work from home. This is coming in as Tamilnadu crosses 25,000 cases for the first time. So lockdown right there.
12 மணி தொடங்கி 21 நாட்களுக்கு ஊரடங்கு, நாடு தழுவிய ஊரடங்கை பாரத பிரதமர் அறிவித்திருக்கிறார். இது தேவையான ஒன்று. காரணம், இந்த சங்கிலி தொடரை உடைக்க வேண்டும் என்றால் 21 நாட்கள் கட்டாயம் தேவைப்படுகிறது. உலக சுகாதார மையம் உள்ளிட்ட
Chronic kidney disease is important non-communicable disease recognized in this World Kidney Day theme as vulnerable group which needs protection. Various risk factors are implicated in chronic kidney disease. This act shows how modifiable risk factors like obesity, smoking, alcohol, consumption of junk food and animal protein prematurely grips a young cricketer into the clutches of chronic kidney disease. Also, importance of preventive health check at an early age is depicted through this act, and how one of the friend of the victims tries his level best to motivate him for the health check but miserably fails. Regular preventive health checks can delay onset and progression of chronic kidney disease if not totally prevented.
Here, the scenario is that of a chronic kidney disease patient who is requiring dialysis. The doctor suggests dialysis because the kidney function is poor, but the patient and his father are not agreeing to it. They don't want to accept the disease and they are afraid of dialysis. So they do not accept the doctor's decision. They don't want to get convinced also. So the doctor gives some medications and asks for regular follow-up. The patient doesn't come for follow-up too, and after some time the patient becomes very sick. When the patient becomes very sick and comes back to the doctor again, the doctor has to do the dialysis for him. But then, since the patient is too sick, he could not survive. The doctor is very upset. He has to go and declare the death to the family. But then the family is agitated. They have not realized that it is their mistake, that they have not come to the doctor at the right time, and they have not abided by the doctor's prescription. So this is the problem that we face in many instances where the doctor is abused, the doctor is actually attacked, and it is very dangerous for the doctor to perform his duty. This should not happen. The patients should realize the problem. They should abide by the doctor's advice. As in many doubts they have to get it clarified by the doctor and go by the doctor's advice and take proper treatment. Only then such problems will not arise.
Hope every one of you had a nice time. And very happy to see the encouraging comments in the comment box. If there are any queries,
Wonderful. I think it's been, I think with the way you have taken us through all the situations, it's amazing, brilliant, extremely extraordinary performance that we can appreciate. It's truly wonderful. I think we need to learn, and the people who have performed also immaculate performance by everyone. We should appreciate the trainer and of course the concept of Ranjani. Brilliant and amazing.
thank you so much, madam. It was really a wonderful experience working with the trainers, and every one of us enjoyed the whole, every bit of it. Thank you, madam.
Madam, congratulations, madam. It was an excellent, it was like, I mean, it's a visual treat for all of us. I mean, looking at all the, it's not like one or two, we have covered almost 7, 8 themes in one go. And beautifully, I mean, conceptualized and beautifully, brought to the, our, what do you call, as an, I mean, audience. It was like wonderful visual treat for all of us, madam. And it's a novel concept, I think, out of the box thinking and well executed also. It was wonderful, madam. I think we have no words to express. It's totally completely different experience, and it's it's very good to work with as a team, like other than what we learn and like in our day-to-day practice, like conventional teaching. This is another method we often try to like overlook or don't consider. But I think it's very effective means of learning together and passing on the message to our own community, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you
Can
so much,
I just
madam.
ask a question, Dr. Jayalakshmi, madam? What were the challenges you faced, and how could you put it in a best precise way? I mean, nobody can think that the performance of dialysis technologists and I mean, one few of our team members itself. So I mean, how could you do that? And I mean, 1 or 2 sentences, then we'll just go to the next program. Yeah, because we are just completely floored by your, performances. Yeah, over to you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Actually, this is a wonderful teamwork, I should say, because we had 5 nephrologists who are actually opting to participate, and we had 4 dialysis technicians who could join us. And we just put forth the teams, the 9 teams that we put forth. Myself and Ranjani sat, and we got inputs from all the other women nephrologists in the team, and we put forth 9 teams. And we had a talk with the Proscenium Theatre, Mr. Uday Prakash. We told him what we want, what message has to be conveyed to the public and to the other nephrologists as well, to the whole, to everybody as well. And we just started out the 9 teams, and then we told them we want this. So they told us how every scene should be. And then we had 3 days of training, madam, and that was a wonderful training. We had actually decluttered because it was very nice to have something out of the box. So we had wonderful training under them. And after 3 days of training, 4th day, we could shoot the whole thing, madam. And not many takes were taken. Actually, we could do it because the trainers were excellent, madam. They were really, really wonderful. And I should tell you that I'm very happy that all of you enjoyed it very well. And thank you for the watching, madam. Spent so much of time watching the whole thing. And it's our, I mean, I should thank Ranjani for the wonderful idea and for the opportunity, madam, because we just thought we'll do something different. That's all, madam.
Madam, how could you add all those 6 visual effects in the background? And then, I mean, like the floods which I have shown was like, it was a real water. And
yes,
people were sinking in that. It's not like a background water coming. So that was also very effectively done, madam.
Yeah, all the credit goes to the Proscenium Theatre, madam. They have all the effects and they know how to do it.
And how much it costed, madam? How much it costed?
I think Ranjani should answer this question. She's the one who just took care of the accounts. Must be more than 1 lakh.
Okay.
Because it was so many people were involved in that.
What we look forward is a stronger and sustainable association of such activities with the Central Win India as well. So, I mean, with this show that you had done, I think we also have various, ideas and thoughts. We'll definitely come in touch with you for execution of the same for a futuristic.
Certainly, madam. We'll be very happy to be with you.
Wonderful. And kudos to the whole team. Wonderful. You stand unique and you stand apart. Wonderful, madam. Congratulations.
Everything goes to my teammates, madam. Every one of them did the job very well. It was very nice to work with every one of them, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am, one and all. It was around 1.25 lakhs. So I think we have made the partial payment and the pending is left, but I think we'll be able to pull it through. Yeah, thanks a lot for all the encouragement. Thank you.
Shall
I
we
think
go
it
on
was
to-
worth spending that amount.
Yeah, madam. Yes, madam. And we had a lot of people working on it. So I think it requires so much amount, and they have to do a lot of post shooting and editing and putting everything together. It's more like a movie making for them. And actually, it is worth it, madam. I think the message that should be conveyed to the public is conveyed, madam. So this can be taken to the public so that the general public can listen to it and they can get the messages.
So Anlata, we can upload the mime session alone in the Vinidya website. Anyway, all these recordings will be
Yeah, if
available.
link can be provided, we can upload that. If the link can be provided, so we'll upload.
Yes, madam. We can
Please
upload and we
share,
can ask
madam.
everyone to share it, madam, because
please,
the
please.
message should reach the people. And because it's in English and mime basically is a language that you
Understand.
don't need any language.
Yeah,
So
correct.
people should be able to understand. madam.
See,
All
we
of
get the recording and we share, but what I mean is it should go into the website because it's something different action that has been a different initiative that has been done. So
Yes,
that
madam.
visibility and reachability is much more.
No, Manjusha, it's recorded only. We can just have a link for that recording and put
Yes,
it in our
madam.
site.
We can have. We
And
can
we can
have
share that link also.
Yes,
Yes,
madam. We can share.
What I mean recording is recording of the whole WIM TN session that will be anyway circulated. But this only mime session, I think it should get a little more elevation. So we circulate it widely so that the reach is wider.
Yes, madam. We'll share the link, madam. Link
Thank
of the
you.
mime session alone. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you so much, madam. If there are not any more questions, shall we go to the next program?
Please, madam,
With that?
please move forward.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I request Professor Indumati to take over. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. After the wonderful MIME program, we will go on to the next program, which is an interactive session by a senior nephrologist from Tamilnadu with the students of Savita College of Engineering. Earlier, we sent a questionnaire on the renal health program. Through Google form, we received around 400 responses, and the analysis showed that the knowledge about renal health among the students was moderate. And based on this, we initiated the interactive session. So now let us listen to the program.
Good afternoon to the beautiful gathering here. I, S. Deepika, with my co-host Sweetie. It gives us an immense pleasure to start this auspicious occasion by heartily welcoming you all. Now I request everyone to stand up for the Tamil Thai Waltz. On behalf of Savita Medical College and Hospital, Department of Nephrology, we welcome you all for the Women and Nephrology in Tamil Nadu and Puducherry wing for this wonderful interactive session on kidney health awareness with engineering college students. Now, I request Professor Dr. A. Indumati Ma'am, Department of Nephrology, to address the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for all the students that have come from engineering college to participate in this interactive session. A hearty welcome to our first
first I want to welcome Professor PSR sir, who has give immense advice and motivation and encouragement to keep this program going on. With great pleasure, I would like to invite all the distinguished lady nephrologists who have come all the way from the city with their busy schedule and agree to come and take part and grace this occasion. Welcome you all, madam. Then all my sincere students, dialysis technology students and all other students, thank you so much. And I welcome my department faculty members and other students. Thank you so much. And sirs from Savita School of Engineering, I welcome you so much, sir, for coming over and bringing all the students for this. Thank you so much. Now I invite Professor PSR sir to give few words to talk about this program. Please, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. I stand before you as only men to represent the nephrologists because women are so strong. All the stalwarts of nephrology are there. My most respected senior madam, Muthu Raman, founder of nephrology in Stanley Medical College. My Tamilnadu madam was a dean and founder of nephrology. Indumadi was my colleague. Prabha madam was the founder of pediatric nephrology. All women pillars are here. Not really there. I used to feel rightly they invited engineering students. How important is technology? You saw that the trouble of starting with prayer song, right? Without technology we can't do, right? So that's rightly they have invited you. I'm sure you all know most important organ. What is the most important organ in the human body? Heart, right? Because you give your heart to somebody, you sing your heart to somebody, right? So I think you can be heartless. Now when the patient comes, patient looks at you as a god. When you give the hospital bill, they call you a heartless doctor, right? You have charged me so much, right? I think today at the end of the session you will understand how important is kidney, because a couple of months back or years back I happened to see a bright student from IIT, right? He came and told me, doctor, I was playing cricket, my kidney got injured, right? I was wondering how his kidney got injured while playing cricket. The poor boy, what he meant was a scrotal injury, right? He thought the kidneys are in the scrotum. So at the end of the session, I'm sure the madams here will make you understand the importance of kidney. It's a wonderful effort. World Kidney Day is celebrated to create awareness about the importance of kidney disease and how to prevent. I'm sure you will carry this message to your parents and your friends and relatives. This is a very useful session. I appreciate Madam for the initiative. I thank all of you for coming and going to highlight the importance of kidney to all the audience. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I request all the dignitaries to occupy the dais. Ma'am, please.
Now I request Dr. Muthu Jayaraman ma'am and Dr. V. Tamilarasi ma'am to chair the session.
May I request Dr. V. Tamilarasi ma'am, Professor in HOD of Department of Nephrology, Shri Narayani Hospital, Belur, to start off the section with an introduction. Ma'am, please.
Very good afternoon to all. I am very happy to stand in front of you. It is a privilege, it is an honor given to me. Especially this is World Kidney Day. All the women and nephrologists are here gathered in this scientific session. Actually, I am very happy to see Professor Dr. Soundarajan, Professor Dr. Ravichandran, Madam Muthu Jayaraman, who is that pioneer. She is the senior most first lady nephrologist in India. You are very happy to see. It is not a rare, it is very, very rare to see such a person. Because we'll see after sometimes Dr. Muthu Jayaraman is the first nephrologist. Today you are all seeing Professor Muthu Jayaraman. With her only I started my first step in the field of nephrology in 1979, November, with her in Madras Medical College. Since then, I am in field of nephrology till today. Professor Dr. Prabha Sengutwan, who finished pediatric nephrology in Institute of Child Health, whom with her I was working together for so many years. After I am leaving, Prabha Sengutwan was occupying that chair. Then I am very happy to see all our juniors, students right now, who are all the nephrologists. I am very happy to see students of, that too, engineering students who is participating in this symposium, and dialysis therapist. Actually, today is you are celebrating World Kidney Day. That World Kidney Day is the campaign throughout the world we are conducting, especially every year, second Thursday of March since 2006, with some important thing to tell to the world. It is a global campaign to know the importance of kidneys and how it is working, why they are giving importance for the kidney, what happened it is not functioning. For that, throughout the world, so many programs is going on, starting from just giving a march past, or giving a talk, or a screening, urine screening, blood screening. Doing all these things, what happened, we'll find out what is the problem, why we are giving importance. Kidney is only excretory, or in addition to that, doing any other function. It shows giving so much of importance. This World Kidney Day, kidney is not only excretory organ, it does so many other things. Maintaining the metabolism, electrolyte metabolism, calcium, phosphorus, bone, blood, like that, so many things it is functioning. What happens if there is a failure? Is it necessary to protect the kidney? If not protect, what happened? To know, to aware only, this World Kidney Day, they started in 2006 by International Society of Nephrology and the International Society of Federation Kidney Foundation. Every year with some motto. Start with the 2006. Is your kidney okay? 2007, it is a CKD. Yes, it is a problem. Is it preventable? We have to protect. Then what happens slowly? Every year they'll have some motto. It is amazing kidney. We have to protect the kidney by controlling hypertension, protect the kidney by controlling diabetic, protect the kidney by protecting a heart. Then not only this function, we must give importance for age also. So giving importance for this motto to prevent CKD in adult, CKD in children, CKD in obesity, how it can cause. So this CKD for each and every person, for everywhere, just filling the gaps so that we can If you take CKD, the commonest cause of CKD, and that is chronic kidney disease. Previously, we used to say chronic kidney failure. Now, this new terminology is chronic kidney disease. Like we say acute renal failure, then it becomes AKI. AKI is when the renal failure is less than 3 months, we call it as AKI. When it is more than 3 months, it becomes CKD. That is a chronic kidney disease. What are the causes? If you take globally, that is a diabetic. What happened to India? We are the capital of diabetic. Maximum number of patients are diabetic in India. Then other causes of CKD is hypertension, obstructive disease, congenital causes, glomerular disease, infection, drug, all these causes. Is it our duty to prevent? Yes. Can we prevent? Yes. How to detect? By doing this simple test, screening urine, by doing a urine, whether there is a proteinuria, whether there is a hematuria, whether there is a pus cells. Like that, chronically, we can identify urinary tract infection, glomerular disease, or any bleeding tendency. We can by doing just by urine analysis, doing a blood test, that is creatinine, high creatinine, slowly progressing. Definitely it will progress once it starts, unless we will detect and prevent. How early we will prevent so that we can protect our kidney also. By doing them, this hematological test, just hemoglobin, anemia, because one of the symptoms of renal failure is anemia. People think that it is nothing but anemia, going on taking some drugs, fail to diagnose renal failure. Like that, by doing very simple test, screening, urine analysis, that is urinoscopy, then blood test, we can able to identify. Next is ultrasonogram. When both the kidneys are smaller than normal size, bilateral contracted kidney, then we have to think of chronic renal failure. Once there is a chronic renal failure, after 3 months, it is slowly progress, goes for end stage. There are 5 stages of in chronic renal failure. Thus, before that we have to protect kidney. But if you take an adult, I told diabetic, hypertension, all these things, but in case of children, it is quite different. Hyperplastic kidney, dysplastic kidney, there's obstructive renal disease like posterior urethral valve, vesicular ureter, congenital anomaly is going for renal failure. So on day 1, it is very, very important to see when the child is voiding urine. Our chief professor Amarasan used to say that you need not go to Tirupati. You need not, what you must see, when any patient comes for a renal problem, must see, you must darshan how they are passing urine. Whether the child is, whenever the child is crying, while passing urine, we must think that child is having some renal problem. So how early will detect so that we can prevent also. How in case in pediatric section, if you go there since birth, near for so many immunization you are giving like that, you find out what is the cause of renal failure as early as possible. As early as possible, don't have your own treatment. Consult a qualified nephrologist so that can we this deterioration of renal failure can be reduced, yes, as early as possible. If they have gone for end-stage renal failure, very difficult, Then what happened? They have to go in, only by medicines we cannot control. They must go for a dialysis. In spite of dialysis, after a fourth stage, fifth stage, they have to go for transplant. Transplant, and there is a different type of this liver-related donors, cadaver donor, like that. There is transplant. So, if you know this is knowing the importance of kidney, give whenever a mild problem, even a burning sensation, difficulty in passing urine, frothy urine, approach doctor. When there is anemia, approach medical officers. Then if it is not controlled, meet a qualified nephrologist. I am very happy. Here, our professor Muthu Jayaraman is going to talk. This, what is the motto of this year? Elaborately, she will. She is the person who is not only from the first day I walked in a nephrology department till today, from 79 onwards, we are together. She was my examiner. She is super in her, superb in his subject. Next to me, she discuss what is the motto of 2023. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity to take part. I am very happy to be with Dr. Soundarajan, with whom you are all traveling in a nephrology field since 79 onwards. Thank you so much, Dr. Soundarajan, Dr. Ravichandran, all the persons who are on the stage. Thank you so much for this institution who has invited me to participate in this occasion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With immense pleasure, now I invite Dr. Muthu Jayaraman ma'am, who is first women nephrologist in Tamilnadu, a senior consultant in BR and Curie Hospital, to share a few words on World Kidney Day.
Professor Ravichandran, and I think our friend Dr. Soundarajan has left, and other distinguished women nephrologists on Tamil Nadu, and the members, the audience, the students. I'm extremely happy to be here on this day to talk about World Kidney Day. Prior to that, I want to, Professor Tamilnadu was my best friend and colleague, and so she told me I'm the first nephrologist of the India. No, I am the first nephrologist in Tamil Nadu, and we had seniors, doyens in nephrology before that, very few years ago. And I'm going to talk to you about World Kidney Day. What does it mean today? And we celebrate many days, Father's Day, Mother's Day and all. Probably you people would have celebrated Valentine's Day. It's similar to that, to recognize kidneys activity and how to celebrate the kidney function and how to save, protect it from diseases is World Kidney Day is celebrated. Next. What is World Kidney Day? Dr. Tamilnadu has explained to you. The goal is to create awareness and the importance of kidneys to our health and reduce the impact of kidney disease and associated problems worldwide. This was created long back by ISN and IFKF as to celebrate the day so that the world should know, people should be made to learn about the kidney and its importance in our day-to-day health and how to keep it healthy. That is the World Kidney Day. And it is celebrated every second Thursday of the March month every year. And this year it falls on 9th March, but we are doing it as in advance. advanced this. Next. Why is it important why World Kidney Day is so important? Because there's a sharp increase in chronic kidney disease incidence worldwide. It's an appalling human and economic cost it had. There's a widespread ignorance about what kidneys are and how serious CKD is. And just now, Dr. Soundararajan said how an IIT student came and said that his kidneys are injured in a cricket match. That actually means his scrotum. So the awareness is very poor, even in educated people. So we need to raise the awareness, highlight the CKD burden, and encourage general public and governments to invest in measures for better prevention and early detection of the disease. Next. Each year we celebrate the World Kidney Day, and each year there is a logo created for this day, and there is a motto. And this is, I wish I had a point. This is the logo for this year's World Kidney Day. The red one reflects blood, the blue one, the violet, it should be blue. One reflects water, and the yellow reflects urine. That means the kidney receives the blood, removes water and waste products, and eliminates through the urine. That is the basic function of the kidney. And the theme for this year is preparing for the unexpected and supporting the vulnerables. That means it's meant for kidney patients, how to be aware of disasters in life like floods, earthquakes and all, how to manage at that period, and also to support the vulnerables, the women, elderly people, poor people, or very vulnerable group with kidney disease, and how to support them. It's the theme of this year, and not only for kidney disease patients, for everybody, it is better to be prepared for the unexpected and support the vulnerables. Next. And I think there are a lot of questionnaires. Professor Indumadi has sent that to you, and the answers are there. She will be able to explain that. But just for the sake of knowledge, we have two kidneys. The kidneys are shaped like a mouse of the computer. It's the size is like a computer mouse. And this is supplied by the main artery called aorta. Most of you must have done your biology in your 10th or 12th, correct? So you know what is aorta. And the kidney, it goes to both the kidneys, and you can see it's cleansed and returned to the veins, the inferior vena cava. The waste products and excess water are excreted to the ureters on both sides. Next. And kidney is like a manufacturing unit. It's like a unit, and it has a manufacturing center, and it has a basic unit called nephron. And there's 1 million nephron in each kidney. It may be less, 75 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 25 lakhs, etc. But by and large, it is considered 1 million nephrons in each kidney. And you can see the glomerulus, the top where the blood comes, it is filtered without the cells and protein. Rest of the things are filtered, and throughout the tubules, these are called tubules, the necessary things are absorbed, and the water and waste products are excreted into the ureters, and you can see them going out. Next. But what do our amazing kidneys do? They are the crucial organs in our body. You all said the most important organ is heart, but equally important is kidney. Next to the, probably I can say, heart, kidney and brain are the important organs. And your life is at risk when kidney function doesn't work properly anymore. It balances the volume of water in the body. Any amount of water you can drink, but still you won't bloat if the kidneys are functioning. They filter the blood and eliminate the waste products. Not only that, they produce hormones that regulate some of the important body functions, like it maintains your blood pressure. Kidney is one of the important organs to maintain your blood pressure, and it makes your red blood cells, that hemoglobin, prevents you from getting anemia, and it keeps up your bone health. Its important role is it keeps your bone healthy. Next. So there are multiple disorders. I'm not going to delineate, and during the interactive program you can ask. You can be born with kidney diseases. You can be born with kidney disease. These are the various problems that you can be born with that. Next. And you acquire a lot of diseases. Sorry, you acquire a lot of diseases in life. That is one of the commonest causes, is diabetic kidney disease. Next one is the glomerulonephritis. There are varieties of diseases, and I won't go into that. Next. Next, one of the important, the previous one, the kidney stones. Why I want to talk about this, we see more and more youngsters in your age group, between 18 and 20, 25, come with renal stones of late. It never used to be this common as we see it, because kidney stones are called calculi. They are the hardened mineral deposits that form in the kidney, and they originate as microscopic particles and develop into stones over time. That is, the particles are calcium, phosphate, uric acid, oxalates, which are all in your food, in the fast food, in the colas and cokes you drink. And they all get concentrated and they form stones. And the medical term for this condition is called nephrolithiasis, commonly is a renal stone disease. We see in youngsters of late more and more of renal stone disease, and I just saying that for your awareness, that the main cause is the kind of food you take and less water intake. Next. So can you measure kidney function? The kidney function is measured and called as glomerular filtration rate, and that is the normal function is glomerular filtration rate is measured as 90 to 120 ml per minute as normal. When we want to measure it, we use simple formulas and we have various formulas using creatinine, urine volume and other things. And this, when the kidney function starts coming down, you assess it by assessing glomerular filtration rate. And we stage the functioning from 1 to 5 according to the fall in glomerular function. And when the kidney function falls below 10 ml, we call it kidney failure or end-stage renal disease. That's a stage the kidney needs to be replaced. The kidney function has to be replaced by two mechanisms, either by dialysis or transplantation, which are called renal replacement therapies. Next one. Next. So, Dr. Tamilnadu was telling you about chronic kidney disease. A chronic kidney disease means a damage to the kidney to whatever may be the cause, whether congenital, acquired, drugs, infection, whatever may be the disease, obstruction. If it lasts for more than 3 months, and if there is a fall in GFR, it is called chronic kidney disease. Below a certain level, waste cannot be eliminated anymore from the body, and it may affect other organs, particularly the heart. Most of the kidney failure patients have a cardiac problem. About 40 to 50% of them die of heart problem rather than due to kidney failure. And so CKD, common, harmful, but often treatable. Next. What are the symptoms? Early CKD has no symptoms, usually have no symptoms. You may have 90% of a kidney function may go off, but you may be still asymptomatic. That is one of the problem. So what we should do is, we should early detection by looking at various factors, by various means of tests, and that can prevent the progression of the disease by medical management. And so in CKD, the early detection is highly important. Some of the signs and symptoms of chronic kidney disease, commonly you see what we call is edema, that is bloating, swelling of the body from face to legs, and they will have fatigue and malaise. Anorexia means loss of appetite. Nausea and vomiting and breathing problems can occur. When it is advanced, skin may produce itching sensations called pruritus. Neurological changes like fits can occur, and it may affect heart and cardiac failure. These are the various manifestations of CKD, chronic kidney disease, at various stages of renal failure. Next. So, how do you know whether are you at risk for kidney disease? The most common cause at present is diabetes. 40% of all chronic kidney disease is due to diabetes, and next is a high blood pressure. And if you have a family history of kidney disease, there is likely one can have a kidney disease. Obesity, and if you are over than 60 years of age, and there is a higher prevalence in certain ethnic groups. Please go. Certain ethnic groups like African, Hispanic, and people of Asian origin, we are all at a higher risk for kidney disease. So if you have any of these criteria, talk to your doctor and get tested. Next. Can it be prevented? There are 8 golden rules to prevent kidney disease in us. One is keep fit and active. If you are a diabetic, keep your blood sugar under control. And if you are a hypertensive, monitor your blood pressure. Eat healthily and keep your weight in check. Stay hydrated. Drink a lot of water. Do not smoke. Do not take over-the-counter pills like pain relievers, acidity, other things. And get your kidney function tested if you have any or more of the high risk factors. Next. So the modifiable risk factors are diabetes, hypertension, or kidney disease, something like acute kidney disease, and drugs like painkillers. Drugs are one of the common causes of kidney disease. And there are not modifiable if you are having family history of kidney disease, if you are older than 60, because as you get older, your kidney function also comes down, and race and ethnic minority status can make you non-modifiable factors. Next. So I'm looking at you people, particularly the engineers, the IT people, and they are in the age group of 19 and 23. Are you at risk for kidney disease? If you ask me, a big yes, because there's a lot of stress and sleeplessness because most of them work in the nights, and that leads to hypertension. Sedentary lifestyle, sitting behind the computers for more than 10 hours a day, and food habits, particularly fast food, cokes, colas, chips, with all have a lot of excess fat and salt, and taking drugs across the counter like painkillers, antibiotics, antacids, etc. And particularly no physical activity. And obesity is very common in IT professionals. Most of you will end up as IT professionals, I think. And there is a syndrome called diabetes. That is diabetes occurring in young age in obese people. In 30 and 35-year age groups, you see more diabetes nowadays. And not enough water intake. You take coffee, tea, colas, cokes, and other things, not water. So all this will lead to early onset of hypertension, diabetes, and they are the chief cause of chronic kidney disease. So you remember that if you lead this kind of life, you are prone for kidney disease. Next. So what can you do on World Kidney Day? Become aware of your personal risk factors and see how you can reduce them. 2, spread the word to your family, friends, and colleagues about what do you know about kidney and how to protect it. Promote kidney health for all and join the global World Kidney Day movement and celebrate with us. Last. So drink a glass of water and give one too. Mobilize your friends, colleagues, and relatives. Explain them the importance of our kidneys to our health and how to protect them. Take a picture of yourself drinking a glass of water, and you're all in social media, and put the picture on in your whichever social media you are in. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, madam, for the wonderful lecture. Especially the students would have known a lot about this. And maybe we have post-interactive session, some 10 quiz questions. Most of the answers were given by madam already. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you, Tamilnadu madam, for your wonderful talk we all listened to after a long time. And now we will move upon to the interactive session we have with the students. Madam, please come and occupy the chairs. First, I will screen. We sent a questionnaire. Sir, can you please come? And we sent a questionnaire with 15 questions to you people, to all the students. We had around more than 300 responses, of which I will put the survey results. And maybe some of you would have answered and some of you may not have. And we will initiate the talk based on those questions, and whatever doubts you have, you can clear with madam and sir. Okay, fine. The first question. So the first question was, do you know where the kidney is located? Most of the answers were in abdomen, but even then still very few have answered, like pelvis, chest and all. So can Muthu madam initiate the talk, interactive session, or madam you can initiate. Prabha madam can initiate. Where the kidneys are located, madam?
You all know only about the heart. How many kidneys are there? 2. Very good. Excellent. Where are they located? Abdomen where? Up, down, side, back? Sorry? One of you answer. Okay. It's located just below the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the one which separates the upper abdomen and the lower abdomen. Just below that is the kidney. It's bean-sized, about 12 centimeters. It grows as you grow, and in adult, the size reaches about 12 centimeters. And what else? What is the color of the kidney? Reddish blue? Reddish brown. Yeah, it's a beautiful color, reddish brown. And how does the urine go from the kidney to the lot of water? Madam has spoken too much about water, I think. So through two small tubes, from the kidney, a tube goes down and it connects to the bladder. So after the filtration work is done by the kidney, through the tube, which we call as ureter, it reaches the bladder, and bladder is the storage. It's like a tank. And when the bladder is full, you have the urge to void. And in each kidney, how many nephrons are there? Madam has already given the answer. 1 million nephrons. So these nephrons are the filtering units. So main function of the kidney is filtration. And it removes the excess waste products. I think this is sufficient for you. Anything you want to ask?
We'll go on to the next question. Yeah. So we have asked, what are the functions of kidney? So it was formation of urea, removal of waste product, blood pressure maintenance, and insulin synthesis. Actually, one except was there. I think no one saw the except. So the most common answer was removal of waste product. Actually, all are functions of kidney: formation of urea, removal of waste products, blood pressure maintenance. The answer was D, insulin synthesis. So Radha ma'am will clear our doubts regarding this question.
So everybody already know a lot about kidneys, I think. Formation of urine, it's like drip irrigation. 25% of the cardiac output. That means the heart pumps blood every minute. It pumps 70 times in a minute approximately. So every heartbeat pumps around 70 ml of blood. Okay? Of that, 1/4 goes into the kidney. And it's being distributed into this 1 million nephrons. You can imagine around 25 ml of going into all these 1 million nephron. It's perfused slowly. So throughout the day, so many liters of blood repeatedly goes through the kidneys. Around 120 liters of blood goes into the kidney. Of that, you make approximately 1 or 2 liters of urine. So you can imagine what a wonderful function the kidney does. It's like it has a brain of its own. It can judge how much water is in your body, how much you need to keep, how much you need to excrete, because from day to day you differ from the amount of water you drink. Some days you might drink 4 liters, some days you might end up drinking 1 liter. Irrespective of how much you drink, the kidneys know how much to filter. When you are drinking 1 liter, it removes around maybe 500 ml. On a day you are drinking 4 liters, it removes 3 liters. So that is the formation of urine. And removal of toxins. So what are all the toxins that are there in our body? They are called uremic toxins. Main one is urea, and so many other unmeasured toxins. So it's removing all those things from the body. So like Madam was saying, Muthu Madam was saying, you don't become symptomatic from kidney failure unless you lose 90% of your kidney function. So it's highly important to know if your kidneys are functioning normally. So just a few things I want to tell you, because you're all youngsters. If you have anybody with kidney disease in your family, you would know. If they have CKD, it's one kind of burden. If they are on dialysis, it's extremely bad. You would have seen the plight they go through. So you have to catch it very early. So in a group like yours, the main risk factors for development of kidney disease is diabetes and hypertension. So for you, what you need to know is what are the risk factors of diabetes. So it's eating all the fast foods. And also there are 3 white poisons. Do you know what are the white poisons? The main 3 white poisons: the salt, the sugar, and the refined flour, maida. Okay, so all the fast foods and trans fat, of course. So all the fast foods that you eat have a lot of these junk items. So you keep on eating them, you develop diabetes. Along with that, the stress adds. Okay, stress. So one of the main risk factors for stress for you that we didn't have is WhatsApp. Okay, you see different people posing in different ways, displaying themselves, and you get all anxious. I'm not like that, I'm not like this, get depressed. And also the stress from your studies, to compete with others, all these things give stress to you. So our traditional wisdom, what your parents have taught, is very important. You be relaxed, have some time like doing meditation or going for a walk, all those things are important. So what I came to say was that you don't identify kidney disease until it has progressed very far. So you had to, early on, you had to adopt like a very healthy lifestyle. And once you cross, nowadays, since we are seeing kidney diabetes very early, from 2025 itself, you had to check your blood pressure maybe at least once a year and check your blood test to make sure you are not becoming diabetes and avoid eating all these junk foods. And the third is blood pressure control. That also is done by the kidney. Depending upon the salt you eat, it excretes the salt. So you don't hold on to the salt. Salt is the main reason for high blood pressure. So the more amount of salt you eat, which is there abundantly in all the fast foods. Home cooked meals, if you are coming from day scholars, is highly important. It's very, and also all the young girls, you have to cook at home. Even when you become a professional, it's important to eat home cooked meals. And yeah, men also nowadays, because both are working. So when you eat home cooked meals, you keep your salt under control. And even if you have to end up eating outside, you choose some healthy choices. Okay, and the last thing, insulin secretion is not the function. It regulates how insulin works. The kidney does not secrete the insulin.
Yeah, next question. Yeah, can a person lead a normal life with a healthy kidney? Yeah, most of the answers are yes. This is to stress upon duration or congenitally present a single kidney. So Tamilnadu madam will answer to this. One kidney is healthy kidney. Lead a normal.
Yes, the answer is yes is correct. With one kidney, we can live. Even we can, children are born with one kidney, living with one kidney, have a normal life. So what happened, especially this question is asked by our patients, kidney failure patients, they'll ask. When the end-stage renal failure gone for dialysis, finally we'll ask them to go for a transplant. They'll ask, this liver-related donor will be better than cadaver donor transplant. Liver-related donor, because they have to donate one kidney. They'll ask relatives, can I have normal life after donating one kidney? Yes, they can. Because a child born with one kidney can have normal life. Very rarely they can go for some problem that is that's 10% of the person who donated kidney can go for proteinuria, mild hypertension. That is not. Even now with the person with one kidney, what all face with the two kidneys can go for. But it is not. So this is one thing. With one kidney, we can have normal life. No problem. What all we do with the two kidneys, we can do with one kidney. Eating, playing, studying, going around, every job, everything we can do it. Normal life, they can have it. Normal food, they can have it. One thing only we must think. After giving one kidney, will they go for a renal failure? No. What happened, but very rarely they'll have this hype. See, instead of 3 persons or 2 persons working, 1 person is working the same workload. What happened? They feel tired. Like that, what happened? Instead of 2 kidneys, when 1 kidney is taking over, working for a long period, there is a hyperfiltration. Kidney become big in size, then slowly become tired, then slowly. That is all very rare. See, normal thing we must take in. Normally we can live for a long period with the normal life, with the normal pattern of leading everything. So donating kidney is not is a problem. While I was coming to this hall, I have seen one area, transplanted patients, donated patients. See, they are all so great, giving one organ to the relatives, so that they are giving one life, the same family, so they'll be happy. They'll have a normal life after donating, no problem at all.
I want active participation of the students. If you have any queries, you can ask. This is not a guest lecture, okay? It should be two-directional and the students can interact.
You have been listening to all of us. If you have any doubts, if you don't understand certain things, please get up and ask. This is the way to learn more about kidneys. Please get up and ask. No doubts?
The common causes of advanced kidney failure is the question. So we have given options where diabetes, high BP, then what is it? Prolonged use of NSAIDs, and the last one is all. So the common causes of renal failure, what are the common causes of renal failure we wanted to see from, your responses we wanted to see. Last one is all, ma'am. A, diabetes, B, high BP, C, prolonged use of painkillers.
Where is that? Where is that?
C, ma'am, C.
Fourth is
All. First is diabetes.
diabetic, hypertension, painkillers and all.
So that's right. The commonest cause in adults for kidney failure is diabetes, because diabetes coming in early, and more people, as I said in my talk, are developing diabetes very early, in 30s and 40s. In the earlier days, it used to be 50s and 60s. And when the diabetes lasts for more than 10 years, it has a tendency to affect the kidney, damage the kidney, and they go into kidney failure. So to avoid that, what should you all do? Not to develop diabetes? No answer? What should you do if you don't want to get diabetes? Be active, exercise, keep your weight under control, and Madam said, avoid sugar, salt, and maida, white items, parotas, fast food. So if you want to not to develop diabetes and thereby going into renal kidney problem, this is the age you eat well, you enjoy food, and particularly fast food. So to avoid those. Next is hypertension. Hypertension. High blood pressure is usually can be primary. It's the commonest cause, comes later ages in 50s and 60s. And there is a secondary hypertension, that is the kidney itself can produce hypertension, high blood pressure. We said kidney controls our blood pressure by means of hormones like renin, angiotensin, etc. And you have to, if your BP is high, even very early stages, early ages, keep checking it and follow it up, find out the cause. In younger people, it is usually secondary to kidney disease or endocrine cause. So when the BP comes in 30s, 20s, please check it out, and it can be used to be called as correctable hypertension that can be treated and completely corrected if you know the cause of it. So that is another important cause, all you are aware of it. And third one is drugs. Painkillers. Painkillers, anybody takes for longer, and now the pantocid, the pantoprazole, the anti-acid medicines, gas medicines. People take a lot of gastritis medicines. They all are harmful to your kidney. If you take it prolonged use of that, particularly painkillers for headache, when you look at the computer for long, more than 4 or 5 years, all of us develop hypertension. Probably you people are looking at longer and longer. And smoking, I think, how many of you smoke? Be honest. No? Boy. And it's good. If you're really honest and not smoking, it's a great preventive measure. And all of them can. Alcohol, I won't say. If you take it, sorry, I shouldn't. If you take in small quantities, not more than 30-40 ml, particularly red wine may not be harmful, but anything in larger quantities, whether alcohol, food, sweet, sugar, salt, anything in larger quantities are harmful to the kidneys.
Thank you, madam. Next question is, what are the common symptoms of kidney failure? So we have given options as leg swelling, reduced urine output, because whenever there is a renal failure, we will ask reduced urine output is there or not, frothy urine, impaired appetite or nausea, extreme tiredness, and the last option was all. And our survey also shows most of the responses comes for all the symptoms. So that's right also. I will give it to sir.
So normally when we talk to general public or young people, first thing we say is when you get up in the night abnormally more than once or twice, that's the first symptom. I mean, other things are all doctors related, but most of them will come proudly and say, night full and I earn the urine pora, my kidney is very good, but actually it is wrong. Every organ has a biological clock, kidney also has, and it's very good that in the night time it doesn't disturb us, it does work. But when somebody tells you night time is getting up frequently, that is called nocturia, but that is the first symptom. Whenever there is hypertension or diabetes, those people you should be very telling them that this is first, before any other symptoms come in. So if the kidney is not able to remove water, you will have swelling, and the swelling will be in the face. If it is heart problem, swelling will be in the leg. In the kidney problem, when you get up, if they see any swelling around the eyelid, it more indicates there is a kidney which can be failure, or temporarily we call it as glomerulonephritis, where it may be because of some throat infection. We would have seen more patients with corona recently with all these problems. Allergic diseases. So all these things should not be ignored. Most important is, other thing is when you have blood in the urine, pain is a good symptom because it is curable. Most of the time when we have pain, we think it is very bad, like heart attack. In kidney failure, symptomless is the problem. If you have pain, most commonly it is stone, especially we see nowadays with a lot of IT people who keep on working in the night, take more acidic diet. Acidic means Coca-Cola and other bottled drink, where they put acid so that it doesn't get degenerated. But kidney and lungs are the only organ which can neutralize the acid. It is called acid-base balancing. So when you take too much acid, it starts diluting your bones and makes your bone weak, which causes back pain. That is the reason why people take painkillers. And we have seen in DHL and other places where they will use painkiller mixing with Coca-Cola and they will drink, because they have to cope up with the work. So it is better you go with a traditional, whenever you have time, at least take lemon juice or non-aerated drink. Aerated means carbon dioxide, which is used for keeping it acidic. So avoid acidic food, take alkaline diet. More of even fermented food, like andagalthu pazhayadu, they will say, like putting it the night and then taking fermented food. Fermentation means sugar reduces, you get more vitamins. So these are all tradition things. Even we had a lot of pulses in diet. Now it's more of dosa idli. That is why we say don't take fructoted fruit. Fructose means like if you see any say birthday or anything, you start cutting the cake. Cake has a lot of fructose. Fructose sugar is 200 times sweeter than normal sugar and it generates a lot of uric acid. So this uric acid is also a kind of toxin. So it is better you don't use uric acid because it's a fast energy and most of the drinks have fructose whenever they add syrup. You would have seen, go to juice stall, they will use this syrup for making ice cream or anything. So these are all the ones which causes problem. Honey is good, honey is alkaline. Watermelon is alkaline, though lemon juice is acidic, but still it has ability to convert into fast energy giving ATPs. That is what we say. So muscle pain, body pain comes when your body is too acidic. That is what we call it as a tiredness. Tiredness is basically you, by the time body is not able to give you more alkaline, you become tired. So naturally, the alkalizing agent is trees. So when you cut trees also, we call it as urbanization. So when you are urbanized, atmospheric acid also influences our body, which causes the skin blackening. And that is also a symptom of causing allergy. So all these things, engineering people will know because you are dealing with these things like RO plant, everything is similar to how our kidney is cleaning our blood. So the more the blood is alkaline, more it is red, you are happy. The moment it becomes acidic, you start degenerating, your sugar doesn't get digested, you become diabetic. So this is a very simple and basic way of telling people how to be healthy.
Okay, we will move on to the next question.
Next question is urinary tract infection is most common among options were young men, young women, elderly men, elderly women. Answers were equal responses almost in all group. I'll request Indumati ma'am to discuss the question.
This is urinary tract infection is very common among young females. And why is it so is because short straight urethra. That's a different thing. But when do you suspect urinary tract infection? Whenever the persons have like burning micturition, and not all the burning micturition or increased frequency of micturition, these are all not always urinary tract infection. So it has to be confirmed with urine culture, and if it culture grows organisms, we call it as urinary tract infection. So then only we need to take antibiotics. As Muthu Madam says, even antibiotics will damage the kidney if you take it unwantedly. So it has to be taken only when the culture shows organisms. Okay. So you see, I told you it's common among young females. So if it is one time, it is okay. We can treat it with antibiotics and leave it. But when it is recurrent, we call it as recurrent UTI whenever it occurs more than one episode, or if it affects the kidneys, that is we call it as pyelonephritis. So this recurrent UTI, whether in female or male, needs to be evaluated. There may be an underlying congenital abnormalities in the kidney and urinary tract. So what we call it as a reflux uropathy, nephropathy. So what that means is when the urine comes from the kidneys through ureter, it should reach the bladder and then comes out through urethra. So when there are some congenitally abnormally placed ureter, this when we void urine, the urine may go refluxly back from the bladder into the ureter. So that can damage the kidney and can cause chronic kidney disease. So one of the important manifestation of this reflux urine is recurrent UTI. Any doubts in that urinary tract infection? Anything?
Yes, madam. No.
And thank you, madam. And this is some of the things I want to say. If you take commonest cause of CKD, the chronic kidney disease in adult, diabetic, next to hypertension, then glomerular disease, all other things. But if you take children, it is different. This is congenital anomaly is a commonest cause of renal failure. That is aplastic or a dysplastic, multicystic, polycystic, then posturethral valve, vesicoureteric reflux, and nephrogenic. Like that it will come. Then if you take the urinary tract infection in children, mother will bring the child saying that child passing a lot of urine. That is frequently small quantity of urine means it is due to urinary tract infection. Sometimes we get a reference saying that polyuria, more urine output. It is not polyuria, that is the term called polyuria. That is a frequency of urine because of urinary tract infection. Then in case of diabetic, if you take type 2 diabetes is common in case of adult, that is which occurs after 40 years. Less than in children, if you take diabetic type 1, children will be emaciated children, diabetic children. But adult diabetic patients are not like that. We have to differentiate. Then if you take hypertension also, in adult will have a primary hypertension. Without any cause, they will have a hypertension. That is stress, strain will cause a hypertension after 40s. But in children, it is a secondary causes. Some causes will be there and have a hypertension. It may be a glomerular cause or obstructive disease or a renal vascular hypertension, like that causing hypertension in children.
Next question. The treatment options available for renal failure are A. Dialysis, B. Kidney transplantation, C. Both A and B, D. None. I request Prabha ma'am to.
Okay. There are 5 stages in renal failure, in chronic renal failure. And first 3 stages can be managed conservatively. That is without dialysis and just with drugs and controlling the blood pressure and dietary instructions. But for the 4th and 5th stage, mainly 5th, both the kidneys are not functioning. And if we don't dialyze, that is, what we do is we connect the patient to a dialysis machine, and the machine does the work of the kidney, that is filtering and removing the waste products and returning the blood to the patient. So that is dialysis. So it does the work of the kidney. And this is lifelong because it never comes back unless it is an acute renal failure. It is irreversible. And the next option and the best option is transplantation. That is, you get a kidney from another person and you have to put it in the patient, and that kidney will start to work and do the normal function of the kidney. So these are the 2 options available. And otherwise, the patient will die if they don't have any donors. If you people don't come forward to be an organ donor, so those patients, they are helpless and eventually they die. So ultimate treatment is dialysis. The optimum treatment is transplant.
What precaution to be taken to prevent kidney stone? So the options were drink lot of water, increase the salt in the diet, drink herbal medication and exercise. what is the most important precaution to be taken to prevent kidney stone disease. And many of you had given us drink lot of water. It's the right answer. I will give it to Radha Madam to answer.
So most of you know, do you know any other things that can contribute to kidney stones? Any of you? Any of you having stones? Any kidney stones? Any of you had any back pain? You can tell, don't be afraid. So one of the main treatments for kidney stones is water. So when you drink a lot of water, stones form because the crystals accumulate. They come together and grow bigger. So it's called a nidus. When they accumulate, initially form like a millimeter or so, and then as time goes by, when you are making concentrated urine, the crystals come together very well and form bigger stones. So whenever your urine is concentrated, how do you know that urine is concentrated? Can anyone answer? Be bold, answer. The urine will be yellow in color. Unless you have taken multivitamins, sometimes they can cause yellow urine. Otherwise, a healthy person, if you are making urine the color of water, you are good. You won't form any stones. Okay, more and more the urine gets concentrated, you are at higher risk of forming stones. So like the end-stage renal disease, it also remains asymptomatic. You won't have any symptoms until the stones have grown bigger. Or you find out sometimes when you do an ultrasound for some other reason, you find out kidney stones. So you don't want to go that far. Okay, you don't want to find out after the stone has formed, because when the stone passes through the ureter, the tube that connects the kidney to the bladder, it's like giving birth to a child. It's that painful, extremely painful. So you have to undergo unnecessary procedures and all that. So the best way to prevent stones is to increase water intake, plenty of water. Okay, and even if you have to go to bathroom a couple of times, don't worry. Keep well hydrated, particularly in summer months. A lot of children, they don't use the bathroom in the schools and colleges because they are dirty and they are at higher risk of forming stones. So you have to keep in mind, and if you have a family history of stones particularly, you are at higher risk. If your mother, father, anybody else in the family had stones, you are at higher risk of forming stones. And second is increase salt intake. That is wrong. Okay, the more and more salt you eat, it drags along with it calcium. So it makes you more prone for calcium oxalate stones, which are most common stones. Okay, and then what is the drink? Third one? Yeah, herbal medications. Some of the herbal medications can predispose you to form stones. So don't take unnecessarily unknown medications. Okay, and fourth is exercise. Exercise does not have any role in kidney stone formation that I know of. But if you exercise, you have to keep yourself well hydrated. Again, it comes to that. Okay.
Next question. Kidney diseases can be detected by A, test for urine protein, B, serum creatinine, C, kidney scan, D, all. I'd like Tamilnadu ma'am.
As the time is going up, let us answer briefly. Thank you.
That is, what are the things? Protein? Yes, all is correct. Because proteinuria means this is a glomerular disease. It's a glomerular disease. If you take in children, it's a minimal change. If you take an adult, that is adult also, we can have a minimal change in nephrotic syndrome, but it's only 25% it will be there. But membranoproliferative membranous nephropathy, focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, IgA nephropathy, RPGN, and the commonest cause of glomerular disease, where we will have proteinuria in urine. That is a frothy urine. The patient used to say that while passing urine, some frothy things is coming out. It shows that it is proteinuria. Diabetic nephropathy also, they have a proteinuria. So it will be helpful. Next, blood things, especially creatinine. Slowly increasing creatinine. Then normally it should be 1. According to it is a standardization. According to different centers, it will be normal. Some centers it will 1, some centers 1.4, sometimes less than 1 it will be. So less than 1 is normal, or less than 1.4 is normal. So we must find out which is the standardization in that lab. If it is slowly increasing, then we must more than 4 in case of children, it is must go for dialysis. More than 8, then we cannot wait for dialysis. We have to go for dialysis. So the urine test, blood test, and the ultrasonogram. Size of the kidney, to see size of the kidney. First, Dr. Prabha was telling size of the kidney will be 12 centimeters size. When slowly, when the deterioration of the renal failure, the size of the kidney will come down. When one kidney is smaller than the other kidney, at least some function will be going on. If both the kidneys are reduced in size, less than 8 centimeters, then function will be very poor. They have to go for dialysis. Best option is a transplant. So all the 3 is very important to diagnose CKD, that is a chronic kidney disease. Yes?
Okay, I just will go through the remaining 4-5 questions. Is it advanced chronic kidney disease reversible with drugs? Agree? Do not agree? I do not know. It is a chronic disease. Whenever there is a chronic disease is there, the kidney becomes, the tissues become fibrosed, shrunken, as just now Madam discussed. So they all they have crossed a stage of reversibility with the drugs. So only either dialysis or transplantation. So the answer is advanced kidney disease reversible with the drugs. Do not agree. Okay, but it was a mixed response. It cannot be reversed with drugs. Narcotics, drug abuse cause irreversible kidney damage? Yes, no, I don't know. And the answer is definitely yes. So narcotics and drug abuse can cause irreversible kidney damage. So the 12th question is, kidneys can be affected during pregnancy? Yes, kidneys can be affected during pregnancy too. The answer is yes. And it can cause blood pressure, it can cause renal failure, and it can cause, protein leak and then renal failure. So it is dangerous to both the mother and the baby. So they should, some are doing some pregnancy, delivery at home and all, may be dangerous. So kidneys can be affected, sometimes even irreversible damage. Does renal disease run in families? Yes. Madam has put up which are congenital or which are hereditary diseases, yet it runs in families. The answer is yes. Are you aware of organ donation after brain death program in India? Can you raise up your hands? Who all know that there is an organ donation after brain death program is available, is going on in India? Can you raise up? Who all know? Yes. Only your stars are raising up. Where are the students? It's called cadaver program. Yes, it is very much available in India. Are you willing to donate your organs posthumous? How many of you? Yeah, we can donate. And that is the last question. And we will have some post-session quiz, some common 10 questions, and we will give you pens, okay? Whoever answers first. Who is the first lady nephrologist in India and in Tamil Nadu? Anybody? Please get up and answer. Yes. Okay, in India it is Dr. Professor Vidya Acharya, and in Tamil Nadu it is the Muthu Jayaraman Madam, who is the first nephrologist in Tamil Nadu. Okay. First renal transplantation done in India, in which place? Any of you know? Any of you? In India, where it was held? Where?
City. Correct. Which one?
Yeah. Very good. It is at CMC Vellore. Next one. What is the normal blood pressure range for a healthy adult? Raise your hands and get up. Okay, fine. 120/80, she told it's okay. Kidney excretes waste in the form of what? Urea. Very good. Who answered? What is the normal volume of urine excreted per day normally? It's a urine volume excreted per day. Read the question.
Again,
Dialysis done through our body membrane is called as? No. Through our body membrane. Through our body membrane. Okay. Nobody knows? It is the peritoneal dialysis, where the peritoneal membrane is used as a dialysis membrane. So it is called chronic ambulatory peritoneal dialysis. Okay. Anemia in chronic kidney disease is due to deficiency of which hormone? Which hormone is secreted by synthesized in the kidney? Which hormone is synthesized in the kidney? Synthetic function of the kidney. Nobody knows?
Sir, we can pass this.
Dialysis students, I am not, only for non-medical students. Okay, it's erythropoietin, okay, which is synthesized in the kidneys, which is very, very essential for what is the functional unit of kidney? Yeah. Next one. What is the commonest cause of irreversible kidney failure in children is? Just now madam even told, Tamilnadu madam told. Children, commonest cause. Anybody knows? Infection illa. So it is the children always congenital abnormalities. Okay. Madam just touched upon it, madam. Congenital abnormalities. Okay, next one. What is the normal salt intake we have been advised per day for a healthy adult? How much grams per day we have been allowed to take? Okay, it is 5 to 8 grams. Less than 5 grams is salt restriction we tell. Okay, anyway, we will give it to him. Okay, he attempted. Okay, thanks for your active, interactive quiz.
I'll just take 2 minutes to thank the various dignitaries on stage. Okay, actually you guys are very lucky to have all these great stalwarts of nephrology being sitting in front of you. I would, it's very rare to meet all of them together. So I would like to thank Dr. Muthu Jayaraman ma'am, our patron Win Tamilnadu and senior consultant nephrologist BRM Curie Hospital to come here and give us her support. I would also like to thank Dr. Tamilnadu ma'am, professor and HOD Sri Narayani Hospital, Vellore. I would like to thank Prabha ma'am, Win Tamilnadu president and consultant pediatric nephrologist. Dr. Radha Venkatraman ma'am, treasurer Win Tamilnadu, consultant nephrologist, Vijaya Hospital. Sir has left. I would also like to thank Soundarajan sir and Professor Ravichandar sir for extending their sincere support for the program. I would like to thank Indumati ma'am, our HOD, our pillar from Savita Medical College. She is also the joint secretary of Win Tamilnadu. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to Harshavardhan sir. He is assistant professor and for being there with all his support. Like to thank my dear PGs for bringing out this program well. Like to thank our transplant coordinators Vijay and Gokul and our secretary Preeta. Without their support, this program would not have taken shape. I would also like to thank all the participants and faculty from Savita Engineering College, without whom this program will not have happened. And I would also like to thank Visual and Audiology Group. They have been a very great support to all of us. And thank you all for being there. Thank you.
So thank you all for all your patient listening. I once again thank all the senior madams who came to interact with the non-medical students and increase the awareness and knowledge about the renal health to them. Thank you all, madam. Any queries?
Dr. Indumati, it was a wonderful interaction, and the questions are wonderfully framed and had a lot of messages for the youngsters. Very well done. Thanks to the seniors for having come forward to take it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jayalakshmi.
Thank you, Srimati ma'am, for the great work and for the good video arrangement. And it was a coordinated effort. Kudos to you and the team.
Thank you, Dr. Anjani. Okay, so I thank on behalf of WIN Tamilnadu and Puducherry Wing, WIN India for giving this opportunity to present before you. Thank you all. We'll close the session.
Hello.